Hi, my name is DeCaria Wilson Mole. I'm a student in the College of Education at Grand Canyon University, studying out of my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. I'm making this video in hopes of introducing myself as well as giving a brief description of my understanding of the professional disposition of learners. Again, my attempt at this video is to kind of go over some of my understanding, what I have learned after reviewing and looking over this list of information. Disposition are a list of the values and commitments that we as teachers or professionals should have toward our students, our colleagues, and just in our education community as a whole. Of, of these numerous 10 different values that they list and kind of giving a brief description of how they interact with our profession as well as the students that we'll serve or the parents or our colleagues that we will work with. They give you kind of a grounding or a foundation of values and morals that we should possess, or if we don't currently possess them, you move to a place where we do, or we build on what we have our weaknesses at. Of these 10, two of them that I think that I currently possess and I have a very good understanding and a commitment to would be honesty and the compassion dispositions. With honesty, I hold that in high regard, that if you are you interacting with people or you even with yourself, that you should always be honest. You should always move, act, and speak with integrity. There's absolutely none that will cause you to be misleading or withholding or any information or even just telling untruths in any kind of way. It hampers your relationship or your ability to build trust with each other, and if there's no trust, that absolutely affects your learning environment. If I don't trust you, or the student doesn't trust me as a professional, or my coworkers doesn't trust me, that of course it affects our ability to do what we're there for, and that's to educate. It affects even if we're communicating with parents and asking our parents to put their trust in us to educate their student, and they don't trust us because we've even demonstrated that we're not honest or we're doing something that is unethical. Then I I can see how that can impact your classroom or impact your whole learning environment. And again, that's part of my character. I absolutely do not like people that tell false truths or withhold information, and for no reason. I do not, and to this day I've never understood when people say, oh, it was just a little white this, or it was just really, I did not tell a lie, I just didn't tell the whole truth. It's not being honest, and I just don't care for it, and that's not part of my character, and that's something I've always stuck with. And again, my second disposition that I think I hold dear to me, and that I think I exhibit a lot, is compassion. I'm a mother. I'm the eldest of a pretty large extended family that's really close, and I've always been a nurturer. That's part of who I am as well, ever since I was younger. So having compassion for people, to honestly, to take a moment and pause and see where they're at in that moment, always brings comfort and ease to somebody, and that can impact your ability to learn. It relaxes you, where you'll be able to actually learn something. And if you showing compassion to someone, you're it absolutely brings or creates an environment where it's open. You're it's easier for you to gain information. It's easier for you to, if you're not, say not sure, you feel open, you feel comfortable enough to ask, hey, this is not making sense to me, could you help me with this, or could you explain this a little further for me? So like I said, I all 10 of the dispositions, I really see value in all of them, but honesty and compassion are two of the main ones that I know I currently have now and have a good kind of footing on. Now, on the backside or the flip side of that, that I do know that I need to work on would be reflection and advocacy. In the realm of reflection, I think it's important to pull off and give a moment to kind of reflect on how you're doing things. Are saying, is it the best way, or is there anything that you can do to maybe improve this outcome, or what how are you feeling in this moment, or what you're producing, or what you're attempting to do. Is this actually in line with what your core beliefs are? Are you kind of off path and you need to be, saying, put yourself back on path? I think actually making time to stop and be in the moment, to reflect about how things are going and how things should go, that is definitely something that I need to incorporate more into my daily life, in my pursuit of even becoming an educator. And then once I am keeping that up, so I can kind of make sure that I can be able to reflect, and then pull myself back in line when, because life, you start going through things to start, moving, and before you know it, you're kind of out of line of what your intentions were, or what you should be doing. So having a moment of reflection, I think, is very valuable. Also, I think I need to work a little more on advocacy. A lot of times I notice that I'll face something, or it's something going on, and I was like, okay, we'll make do with what we have, and we'll, move on. But being able to speak out and say, hey, we need some assistance with this, or this maybe can help my scholars a little, better, versus me always, okay, let me just fix it. Let me, make do with what we have. I definitely want to get a clear understanding and actually more practice on being more vocal about receiving things that my students should have, or me being able to provide them the things that they should have, in the realm of being able to advocate for them, to say, okay, it's not okay that we're, saying this is not provided, or this will help us, and that we don't have to make do with what we have. So those are two of the, like I said, the two dispositions that I would definitely take another moment to, another moment. I definitely need to take a little more time to develop. Again, like I said, I'm creating this video in the hopes of giving a little personal description of how my understanding of professional disposition of learners, and some of the strengths and weaknesses that I possess out of this list. I'm grateful that I have gotten, this is actually the first time I've ever even read this, and this, even just these couple weeks that I've been studying and been exposed to it, I am really grateful. Like, I know that this can go along with me all the way through my professional career. And again, my name is DeCaria Wilson. I am a student in the College of Education at Grand Canyon University, studying educational studies. Thank you for your time.